And I'm just finishing up in the High Court today, so I just want to explain what the judges in the High Court are doing when they're removing citizens from the court. So the judge sits up there, and last week a judge directed members of An Garda Síochána to remove a man and a woman from the court who was exercising their fundamental rights. The guards were sitting down the back of the court. So what the judge did was, the judge got up and walked out the side door. The minute the judge walked out the side door, the guards came up from the back of the court and physically assaulted a man and a woman, pulling them out of the court and putting them out into the central area of the forecourts, which is the round hall. Now, I'm going to explain how a judge cannot direct a member of An Garda Síochána to do that, because a judge is a member of the judicial organ of the state and they cannot interfere with the executive organ, which a Garda is a member of. Secondly, so that shows that the judge cannot interfere or to direct members of An Garda Síochána to do anything. Secondly, a Garda member cannot touch a citizen or a person in this country unless it's under a statutory law. So the guards have one provision allowing them to remove a person from the court, which is Section 9A of the Criminal Justice Public Order Act 1994, which was an amendment to the Section 9, which was done in 2023. That allows a guard to direct a member of the public, if they're causing a disturbance, to leave the court, but only if that member of the public is acting without lawful authority or reasonable excuse. Now, the guards did not direct the member of the public to cease and leave the court. What the guards did was physically drag them out of the court straight away when the judge left. The judge vacated the court because the judge did not want to see a crime committed in front of the court, and the guards have no problem committing crimes in the High Court because the judge feels uncomfortable with citizens exercising their fundamental rights. Now, under Section 9A, the guard is provided with the authority to remove a citizen only if that citizen has no lawful authority or reasonable excuse. Exercising your fundamental rights in the High Court is lawful authority and reasonable excuse. But I witnessed a crime committed by a Garda called Michael McGrath, who's attached to the Brideswell Garda station, and under Section 10 of the Petty Sessions Ireland Act, I'm allowed to go down to the district court now in the criminal courts of justice and place information before a judge and cause a summons to issue against Michael McGrath, who's a Garda attached to the Brideswell Garda station, who likes physically assaulting citizens and people living in this country, who come up to the High Court at the behest of a High Court judge who is uncomfortable with individuals and citizens coming into the court asserting their fundamental rights. So we need to exercise our rights, we need to educate ourselves about the law, because the High Court judges are not upholding the Constitution of Ireland at this moment in time in our superior courts. They're being enabled in the physical assault and deprivation of liberty by members of An Garda Síochána, like Michael McGrath, who are only too happy to place their hands on citizens, assault them, and physically push them out of the court. And in one instance, I seen him throw an individual citizen against the door on the way out, and he physically assaulted a woman all the way out from the High Court, all the way out to the Round Hall. This is happening in our courts. And the more people that are coming up to the courts to exercise our rights, to stand up for justice, the less inclined these High Court judges, who are being paid €5,000 a week to come into this court to administer justice to the citizens, and they're being enabled by members of An Garda Síochána who are lurking in the hallways around the court and coming into the court to drag people out of the court without any lawful authority. That's why they don't charge them. Well, I'm going to challenge this court. I'm going to challenge the High Court judges from now on, and if a citizen is arrested because they're exercising their fundamental rights, they can come back into the court under their constitutional rights to have another independent judge hold the corrupt judges accountable. The High Court is here. It belongs to the citizens of Ireland, not to corrupt guards and not to corrupt judges who have the audacity to sit in that seat and administer justice. But Irish citizens and people living in Ireland need to get up to the courts and exercise their rights and not to be afraid to stand up against corruption. So you have to get into the courts, exercise your rights. I'm here every week helping citizens and people living in Ireland exercise their rights. And the more people that come up to these courts, the more we hold these individuals accountable for what they're doing.